Morning, guys. Thanks for tuning into the vlog. Yesterday we kind of talked about it a little bit, or not really. Actually, we didn't really talk about it. It just came up in a comment, and it kind of made me think about it. It was where Bruce was. Where was Bruce? Bruce was hiding in the rack of DVDs. And what DVD was he next to? Well, he was next to the DVD called Faces of Death. Oh, since it's the first day of October, I think we break out Faces of Death. Faces of Death. For me, a lot of you remember this, and for me, my memory of it was going to these cheesy rental places, especially just one that comes to my mind is a Dr. Video. And I remember seeing it and just being like, kind of like drawn to it. Like, what is this? You know, I remember seeing the old beat up VHS box, and it has this funky skeleton reaper guy with blood coming out of his nose, a snake coming out of his eye, and it's like Faces of Death. And in fact, so before I read the description, what it was supposed to be was like, it was supposed to be a video that depict actual gruesome things that had happened, real stuff. That was what its reputation was. Now I'm talking about the original. That's what these are, the original 4. They had spanned out to the name had kind of carried on to other things, and some of it is real, I guess. But I'm talking about some of this stuff, the original stuff. In fact, the first thing on the cover here is this: if the brutal and explicit depiction of actual death is upsetting to you, please do not view these programs. Ooh, it's kind of real ominous. It says, yeah, and right away on the back it says, probably the most talked about series of all time. Faces of Death examines many guises of death in extreme close-up, sure to shock, horrify, and even repulse. These brutal films are not meant to hurt a faint of heart. Okay, so, okay, all right, we got it. I remember seeing and just kind of being drawn to it as a kid. Always, you know, I don't know, I never would want to watch that. Anyway, years ago, some friends of mine, we all got together, and some guys, we invited a couple of these girls over. They were friends of ours, and we're like, hey, you want to watch this video with us? So we had ordered this thing online somewhere. I think we might have got it from this company, Gorgon Films. This is so cheesy now. Anyway, yes, we watched it. Very disappointed. It was horrible. The only thing in there that was somewhat real and graphic was the cattle slaughtering, and that was it. And I think anybody that eats meat ought to watch that. I give me a big plate of red meat, but anyway, it's nothing. It really is. This is the biggest hoax I think you could ever come across. It really is. In fact, they released it later on. That I have this other. It's another DVD about it. I bought it later, and it's called like Behind the Faces of Death or something. And they actually interview the special effects guys, and they're laughing because they're saying through the whole, you know, they kept silent through all these years of when this movie was out, and they were laughing. They said, you know, people thought it was real. They're like, no, I mean, they were like, you know, the beheading scene, they're like, that was us in the middle of the California desert with a gelatin head, fake blood, and a machete, you know, dressed up like, you know, yeah, it's all fake. It's now some of it, there was one scene I think where the body washed up on a beach or something. I think that was real. They just happened to be there, and the paramedics were wondering how in the world did the news crew get there first. Well, they were actually just filming for this, but that was it. So anyway, it's October 1st. I figured I'd share it. Why not? Let's get this day started. Here at work, yeah, I just got to work, and I made it to the post office there and to mail off a certain thing, so that should be hitting you next week. For you there, Joe, for winning the little scrapbook. So don't expect it to be well put together, but anyway, I did my best. I I truly mean that. All right. I actually had to remove some pages from that thing because it weighed over the amount that to ship it out first class, so it only would be a couple bucks to ship it. I was like, it was like $4 or $5 to ship it, something like that. Because if not, it would have been $12. $12 for shipping. So yes, I had to remove some of the pages. They were just blank pages, but to cut down on the weight, I think it was just over the 13 ounces restriction for first class mail. So I had to do what I had to do. Here's an old Iver Johnson 22 revolver that was really rusted out pretty bad, and I put some Ballistol on the cylinder that was the worst, and really have not done any kind of scrubbing on it, but just the Ballistol in itself to see what it will do, and it neutralized the rust pretty good. It looked, I know I didn't get a video of it before what it looked like, but it looks a lot better now. But this is an old sealed 8, they call this. Iver Johnson. Pretty neat. At first I thought the grips were kind of weird and maybe replaced, but nope, those are the original grips. Kind of interesting just because it loads in from the side like that. Well, I treated my boots with Ballistol because it says you can use it on leather, and it has definitely done a pretty good job. I must say, it's softened them up quite nice. I'm gonna have to do that to some of the other things. I have been very impressed with Ballistol. I even did some of my leather stuff, so we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, I got some other boots I need to do, just try to see if it can at all try to help salvage the leather to make it wearable. Anyway, yes, October 1st, and yeah, it's coming to a close. Well, the vlog is coming to a close. That sets it for today. That's going to be pretty much it. Yeah, not a heck of a lot other than work. Work has been really slow. Today was definitely slow, and I stopped off at the bookstore before I came home. Didn't have what I wanted. I just wanted to make sure, but in the end, wound up just ordering it on Amazon, as I usually always do, to get into the Halloween spirit. I ordered a DVD called Never Sleep Again, and basically it's a cool documentary on the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I've been a really big fan of them ever since, you know, just growing up. Always liked going to the video stores and renting the Freddy Krueger movies. I remember being really taken by the very first one. It was just seemed really like, wow, that's outrageous, you know, just seeing all that. But I remember always part 3 was like my favorite one. I'd always go rent that, and I never could find it to buy it, so I always had to rent it. But I actually wound up buying the box set on DVD. It's got like all 8-7 films. I don't know how many they did, but yeah, so Never Sleep Again is some kind of documentary. I never saw it. It's pretty good according to all the reviews, and it's like over 4 hours long, so I'm in for the haul on that one. I figured get into the Halloween spirit and might as well get something. I always check the local Walmart and stuff. They don't seem to have anything that I wanted to pick up, or well, I should say I have all of it. So anyway, yeah, all right, let's close it out. October 1st is done. This vlog is done, and check out tomorrow's video. I think you're gonna like it. It's I think it has something to do with series 80, 19, 11. No, I said too much. Good night.